What's going on, guys? Today we have a install video. I will be showing you how to install a Lexus GX470 rear bumper with the tire carriers, so you guys don't make any mistakes when you install your own. Let's get it. But before we begin, I'm gonna show you all the stuff that you need to either trim, cut or install first before the bumper actually goes on the car. Okay, so this is exactly how your car will look like when you remove the factory plastic bumper. This is the rear crossmember, and there's something that need to be cut or trimmed in order for bumper to fit snug and nicely. So first thing, this part right here will need to be either hammered down or you can cut it completely. On our vehicle we just hammered it down a little bit. The bumper will slide on here and it shouldn't interfere. But this part right here, this is a part of a spare tire mount, factory spare tire mount, and this will need to be cut flush. Right here you can see, and painted over so the bumper can slip on the crossmember. Okay, so the first thing that will need to be installed on the bumper before it goes on the vehicle is the lights, if you obviously opt to have the lights installed here. So these are the Baja designs, and we give you the hardware, longer hardware for it. So basically what you do is just remove the bezel, factory bezel from the light, and you will be just left with the light itself and the lens, and you only need to bolt up the light to the bumper. The face of the bumper will act like a bezel for the light. So this would need to be first because it actually sits behind the frame, so it's basically impossible to get to once you install the bumper on the car. And then the second thing that is very important to install first is the strut. If you have dual swing out, you have two of them. If one swing out, obviously just one. But we advise to install it first because it's just hard to get to these nuts right here. These bolts will go through the bumper, so just install this first and you won't have any issues. So now that you have installed the struts and the lights, it's time to install the support brackets to the frame, and it's just easier to install them when the bumper is not on the car. You will have two of these brackets. They will be the exact opposite of each other. You can't really mount them differently than they're supposed to go because of the bolt holes. They will just not match if you try to install them on the opposite sides or whatever. So it's pretty easy. They will go on the bottom of the frame and to the side of the frame like this, and this part right here will go towards the outside of the frame, not behind or under the frame, just on the outside of the frame. And then you have to locate the M8 bolts with big washers in your hardware kit, and this is what you're gonna install them with. And the whole support bracket system will be held with the same exact M8 bolts with big washers. Alright, so with the brackets to the frame installed, now is a good time to take the bumper, preferably with two people, and slide it in on the frame. There should be no interference if you cut the part that I told you to cut. It should slide really easily, and now the only thing is to take these big bolts that came on your factory crossmember here. They should hold your hitch or whatever part of the hitch goes right here on your car from the factory, and just go ahead and start putting them in the holes here. They should all line up right now, but don't get them like super tight, just get them hand tight so you can adjust the bumper later on if needed. Okay, so with the bolts installed, it should look something like this. As you can see, we include the big washers in your hardware kit, so just put the big washers over the factory bolts. And if you bought our heat receiver or the bumper with the heat receiver, you bought the heat receiver with the same exact bolts. But you have to put the heat receiver first before the bolts, because the heat will be essentially sandwiched with the bumper with these bolts. And then on the bottom of the frame right here, you will have two more bolts, which are exactly the same ones, and they should come on your car from factory. If not, they are M12 by 1.25, and they're fine thread, so you can get them in any hardware store. So right now what you're looking at is the bottom of the frame and lower bumper bracket, and as you can see there is a little gap right in here, and that's because of this weld right here on the cross member. So to eliminate that, we provide you with a bracket or spacer like this that would just go on your bumper bracket and will eliminate the gap created by the weld on the cross member. Alright, so now that you got to this point where the bumper is all mounted up and in place, the base of the bumper, you can look for these two brackets in your kit. So these are the brackets that will connect the frame mounts that we installed previously to the bumper wings to stiffen them up. So these will go only one way, there is no way to get them wrong. So it's pretty easy, let's get them installed. Moving on, once you get the bumper all installed, it's time to assemble the spindles. So first thing, we're gonna press the bearing into the race, and then we'll install the lower seal onto the spindle. Once you get the bearing and seal pressed into the spindle, now it's time to grease this part right here, which the bearing will go onto. So regular wheel bearing grease is good enough. Basically just cover this part thoroughly and you should be good to go. Alright, now we got the swing out on the spindle. As you can see, it's a little bit crooked, but that will be all straight once we put the upper bearing in there. Now with the bearing all in there, you'll take this big washer and slide it on there, and take this big lock nut and drive it onto the spindle, just like that. And this is size 36, so you can buy either the jumbo sockets or your CV axle nut socket will work on these. I have this big wrench with the 36, but as I said, you can do it with just a axle nut socket with regular 1/2 inch ratchet. Next, you'll get this bump stop right here, and it will go into this hole on the swing arm. Moving on, you can install the strut on the swing out. So the strut will go from the bottom and bolt up with the provided nut. Once you got that done, take your billet cap with the o-ring, make sure that the o-ring is there so there's no moisture getting into the spindle itself, and just put it on the spindle. And to tighten it up, you can use a bigger channel locks with a rag to not scratch it up. Next up, you'll take this bracket, and these are brackets for both sides. If you have one swing arm, then there is just one bracket. You will install the provided bump stops. 2 bump stops will go over here, As you can see, this is the inside of the bracket. This is what will go against the bumper, and you will get it like just like this onto the bumper, and bolted up with provided button head bolts. Now, the last thing you want to do is install the tire carrier bracket right here. So as you can see, this is made from two pieces, and it's made to slide onto each other and lock with the provided bolts. It should look like this, and you can reuse your Toyota lug nuts, because we actually give you the Toyota studs, so that's cool. And it has 4 holes right here, so you can choose how high or how much to one side or to the other you want to mount this. So we're gonna probably mount this on the very top because we have 34-inch tires. Alright, so that concludes the installation. As you can see, the whole install can be done with the hand tools, pretty basic hand tools, a good set of metric Allen wrenches and a good set of metric sockets and wrenches, and you will be good to go. Yeah, this is pretty simple. You can do it yourself on your driveway, on your garage, or you can just give it to your local off-road shop to install. Cutting the bumper, factory bumper, I'm leaving to you. This is kind of a personal thing, so basically just follow the lines of the new bumper, and don't cut too much. It's better to cut more times than just one and get it wrong, so that's the only advice I can give you. All right, that's it. Thank you.